Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak directly to the heart of every woman who desires to be cherished, valued, and deeply loved. There is a mindset, an attitude of the heart that sets certain women apart. Women who don't just attract attention, but command admiration and devotion. This mindset is not about beauty, charm, or even intelligence alone. It is the mindset of purpose, confidence, and self-respect. You see, a man does not fall for a woman simply because of how she looks, though beauty may catch his eye. A man falls hard for a woman who knows who she is and walks boldly in her God-given identity. She is not waiting for someone to complete her because she is already whole. She is not seeking validation because she is already affirmed by the one who created her. This woman understands her worth. She does not beg for attention or chase after affection. She is a queen who understands that a king recognizes value when he sees it. She carries herself with grace and dignity, not arrogance but assurance. Her confidence is not in her possessions or her position, but in her purpose. The mindset that captures a man's heart is one of wisdom and vision. A woman who understands her purpose in life is irresistible. She is not just focused on romance, she is focused on destiny. She speaks with wisdom, builds with patience, and carries herself with excellence. She is not controlled by emotions, but led by principles. She does not settle for mediocrity because she understands that she was created for greatness. A man falls hard for a woman who knows how to love without losing herself. She does not compromise her values to please someone. Instead, she inspires him to become better. She is not just looking for a provider, she is looking for a partner in purpose. She knows that love is not about finding someone to depend on, but about walking together towards something greater than either could achieve alone. So, to every woman listening today, I challenge you. Master the mindset of purpose. Live in your identity. Stand in your confidence. Walk in your worth, because when you do, the right man will not only notice, you will inspire him to rise, to honor, and to love in a way that reflects the beauty of your soul. Be the kind of woman who does not just turn heads, but turns hearts toward purpose. And when you do, love will not be something you chase, it will be something you attract. Thank you. A woman of purpose is a force that cannot be ignored. She carries an aura of confidence, direction, and inner fulfillment that draws people toward her, not just because of her external beauty, but because of the depth of her character and vision. When a woman understands her purpose, she becomes irresistible, not in a superficial way, but in a way that speaks to the soul of a man searching for something deeper than fleeting attraction. A man is naturally drawn to a woman who knows where she is going in life. She is not waiting for someone to give her an identity. She has already discovered it. She wakes up every day with a sense of mission, a commitment to growth, and a passion for making an impact. This kind of woman does not drift through life hoping that love will give her meaning. Instead, she finds meaning in fulfilling her assignment, and in doing so, she becomes a magnet for the right kind of love. There is something profoundly attractive about a woman who does not depend on external validation to feel complete. She does not chase love, attention, or approval. She knows that her value does not come from a man's affection, but from the purpose placed within her by the one who created her. This self-assurance sets her apart. When a woman is confident in who she is, she does not settle for relationships that diminish her worth. Instead, she naturally attracts a man who respects and honors her because she has already set the standard for how she should be treated. A woman of purpose does not live her life in desperation for companionship. She does not feel pressure to compromise her standards just to keep a man. She understands that the right man will be drawn not just to her presence, but to the fire within her. This is because purpose-driven women inspire men. They challenge men to rise higher, to dream bigger, and to live with intentionality. A man who encounters such a woman knows that she is not just another option. She is an asset to his future. When a woman walks in her purpose, she carries a level of confidence that cannot be faked. She does not need to manipulate, beg, or convince a man to love her. Instead, her life speaks for itself. She is focused on her goals, passionate about her calling, and fully engaged in becoming the best version of herself. This creates a natural attraction that is deeper than physical beauty or charm. She is a woman who captivates not just with her words, but with the life she leads. A purposeful woman also understands the importance of self-growth. She does not remain stagnant waiting for someone to elevate her. She invests in her personal development, expands her mind, and refines her skills. Whether in her career, her community, or her faith, she is always growing. This kind of woman is exciting to be around because she brings fresh perspectives, wisdom, and depth to a relationship. She is not just looking to receive love, she is looking to build something meaningful with a partner who values her journey. A man falls hard for a woman who has mastered the art of being content in her own skin. She radiates a quiet strength that makes her presence undeniable. She does not operate from a place of fear, insecurity, or neediness. Instead, she moves through life with grace, knowing that love is not something she has to chase. It is something she naturally attracts when she walks in alignment with her purpose. Ultimately, the woman who understands her purpose becomes unforgettable. She is not just a fleeting moment in someone's life. She is a presence that leaves a lasting impact. The right man recognizes that loving her is not just about emotions. It is about joining her in a vision that is greater than either of them. Confidence is one of the most powerful traits a person can possess, and when a woman carries herself with confidence, she naturally commands respect. It is not about arrogance or superiority. True confidence comes from a deep understanding of self-worth, identity, and purpose. A confident woman knows who she is, what she stands for, and what she deserves, and this certainty influences the way people treat her. A woman who is confident does not beg for attention or approval. She does not seek validation from others because she has already affirmed herself. She walks into any room with a quiet strength that makes people take notice. There is something captivating about a person who is secure in themselves, someone who does not need to be the loudest voice in the room, but whose presence alone speaks volumes. This kind of woman earns respect not by demanding it, but by embodying it. Men are naturally drawn to women who exude confidence because confidence signals strength, stability, and independence. A man respects a woman who knows her worth and refuses to settle for anything less. She sets standards for how she should be treated, not through words alone, but through her actions. She does not tolerate disrespect, dishonesty, or inconsistency because she understands that her time and energy are valuable. This self-assurance forces people, including men, to approach her with a level of respect they may not offer to someone unsure of themselves. A confident woman does not shrink herself to make others comfortable. She is not afraid to express her thoughts, stand by her values, and pursue her dreams. She does not apologize for having high standards, for expecting loyalty, or for walking away from situations that do not align with her worth. This strength of character makes her impossible to ignore. People respect those who respect themselves, and a woman who is confident sends a clear message: I am valuable, and I will not accept anything less than what aligns with my purpose. Beyond romantic relationships, confidence affects every area of a woman's life. In the workplace, a confident woman is more likely to be taken seriously, given leadership opportunities, and trusted with greater responsibilities. She carries herself in a way that says she belongs in any space she enters. In friendships, confidence allows her to form meaningful connections without fear of rejection or betrayal. She does not feel the need to compete with others or seek approval through comparison because she knows that her uniqueness is her greatest strength. Confidence also impacts the way a woman carries herself physically and emotionally. She walks with poise, speaks with conviction, and acts with decisiveness. She is not easily swayed by opinions or manipulated by emotions. This inner strength allows her to navigate life with clarity, even in difficult situations. When challenges arise, she faces them with resilience rather than fear. Instead of allowing failure or rejection to define her, she uses every experience as an opportunity to learn and grow. A woman who commands respect through confidence does not seek control over others. She simply maintains control over herself. She does not engage in unnecessary drama or seek revenge when she is wronged. Instead, she handles situations with grace, knowing that her response to adversity is a reflection of her character. People admire and respect those who maintain composure, even in the face of challenges. Ultimately, confidence is not about external appearance or material success. It is about knowing one's value and refusing to compromise it. A woman who carries herself with confidence naturally earns the respect of those around her. She does not have to demand it. She simply embodies it in the way she lives, speaks, and treats herself. The world recognizes and honors those who stand firmly in their worth. and a confident woman is always someone worth respecting. Self-worth is one of the most powerful qualities a woman can possess. It is the foundation of how she sees herself, how she allows others to treat her, and ultimately how she navigates relationships. When a woman understands her worth, she does not beg for love, chase affection, or settle for less than she deserves. Instead, she attracts commitment effortlessly because she radiates confidence, dignity, and a deep sense of value. A woman who knows her worth does not tolerate inconsistency, disrespect, or half-hearted effort. She recognizes that love should not be something she has to fight for. It should be something that flows naturally in a relationship where both individuals are equally invested. A man is more likely to commit to a woman who values herself because she sends a clear message that she will not accept anything less than genuine effort. She does not cling to unhealthy relationships out of fear of being alone, nor does she compromise her standards to accommodate someone who refuses to rise to them. When a woman has a strong sense of self-worth, she is not desperate for validation. She does not need constant reassurance to feel loved or worthy. She understands that her value does not come from a relationship, a title, or another person's approval. She does not seek love to complete her. She seeks love to complement the fulfilling life she is already living. This confidence and security make her incredibly attractive because it shows that she is not dependent on anyone for her happiness. A man is drawn to a woman who carries herself with grace and certainty. He respects her because she respects herself. She does not engage in manipulation, emotional games, or desperate attempts to keep someone who is not willing to stay. Instead, she gives love freely, but expects it to be reciprocated. This balance creates an environment where commitment can flourish because the relationship is built on mutual respect rather than insecurity or neediness. Men value what they have to earn. When a woman values herself, she does not make it easy for someone to take her for granted. She does not immediately pour all of her energy into a relationship without first seeing if the other person is truly worthy of her time. She takes her time to observe a man's character, consistency, and intentions. This patience and wisdom naturally filter out those who are not serious, leaving room for someone who truly desires to commit to her. A woman with a strong sense of self-worth does not fear being alone because she understands that solitude is better than settling. She is not afraid to walk away from situations that do not align with her values. This strength is what makes her irresistible to the right man, because he sees that she will never settle for anything less than a relationship built on real love, trust, and effort. A man knows that if he wants to be with her, he must step up, be intentional, and commit fully. Self-worth also affects how a woman responds to challenges in a relationship. Instead of reacting from a place of fear, insecurity, or desperation, she approaches situations with maturity and wisdom. She communicates her needs clearly, sets healthy boundaries, and does not allow anyone to manipulate or diminish her. She understands that love should add to her life, not drain her energy or cause her to question her value. Ultimately, a woman who knows her worth does not have to force commitment from anyone. She naturally attracts a man who is ready to honor, cherish, and commit to her because he sees the strength, confidence, and value she brings to the relationship. She is a rare gem, and only a man who truly understands her worth will be willing to give her the commitment she deserves. Wisdom and vision are two of the most powerful qualities a person can possess. They shape decisions, guide actions, and influence the way a person navigates life. A woman who walks in wisdom and vision is a source of inspiration to everyone around her, especially to a man seeking more than just a superficial connection. She does not live aimlessly hoping that life will somehow work out. Instead, she moves with purpose, guided by principles that elevate her and those in her presence. Wisdom is not simply intelligence or knowledge. It is the ability to apply understanding in a way that brings clarity and direction. A wise woman discerns situations beyond surface appearances. She does not react impulsively, but responds with thoughtfulness and grace. She understands the value of patience, the power of words, and the importance of timing. Because of this, she becomes a source of strength and guidance to those around her. A man respects and admires a woman who possesses wisdom because he knows that her counsel is valuable, her perspective is balanced, and her judgment is sound. A woman with wisdom does not allow emotions to dictate her choices. She recognizes that feelings are temporary, but decisions have lasting consequences. She does not engage in unnecessary drama, nor does she waste energy on things that do not align with her purpose. Instead, she focuses on what truly matters: her growth, her values, and the people who add meaning to her life. This kind of maturity is rare, and it naturally sets her apart from others. A man who is serious about his own future is drawn to a woman who carries herself with such depth and understanding. Vision, on the other hand, is the ability to see beyond the present moment. A woman with vision does not live for temporary pleasures or short-term gratification. She is focused on where she is going, what she is building, and who she is becoming. She does not get easily distracted by circumstances or opinions because her eyes are set on something greater. This sense of purpose is incredibly attractive because it shows that she is not dependent on external factors to define her worth or direction. A man is inspired by a woman who has vision because she challenges him to think beyond today. She encourages him to grow, to plan, and to step into his own purpose with confidence. She does not settle for a life of mediocrity, and she does not allow the man she is with to remain stagnant either. She motivates, uplifts, and supports, not by pressuring him, but by demonstrating through her own life what it means to live with intentionality. A woman with wisdom and vision understands the importance of relationships, but does not lose herself in them. She knows that love is not about dependency, but about partnership. She desires a relationship that aligns with her values and contributes to her purpose. She does not compromise her dreams for the sake of keeping someone in her life. Instead, she seeks someone who shares her vision or is willing to support it. This standard naturally attracts the right kind of man, one who sees her as a partner in destiny rather than just a companion for the moment. When a woman possesses wisdom and vision, she becomes a pillar of strength and a source of inspiration. She speaks with clarity, acts with purpose, and walks with confidence. People respect her, not just because of what she says, but because of how she lives. She does not need to demand admiration, she earns it effortlessly. A man who values growth, purpose, and a meaningful future will always be drawn to such a woman because he recognizes that with her, life will be built on a foundation that cannot be shaken. Love is one of the most beautiful experiences in life, but it should never come at the cost of one's identity, purpose, or self-respect. True love enhances who a person is rather than diminishing them. A woman who understands this knows how to love deeply while still maintaining her individuality, dreams, and values. She does not lose herself in a relationship, nor does she sacrifice her essence just to keep someone by her side. Instead, she builds a love that is rooted in mutual respect, balance, and shared growth. A woman who truly loves without losing herself understands that a relationship should be an addition to her life, not the definition of it. She does not rely on a man to complete her because she is already whole. She enters love as a strong and confident person, bringing value and purpose into the relationship rather than expecting the relationship to give her those things. This mindset allows her to love freely without fear of abandonment or desperation. She does not cling to a relationship out of insecurity, but chooses to stay because it aligns with her happiness, growth, and purpose. When a woman loses herself in love, she often begins to compromise in unhealthy ways. She may abandon her dreams, lower her standards, or silence her voice to keep the peace. But a love that requires a woman to shrink herself is not love at all. It is a form of dependency disguised as affection. A healthy relationship allows both individuals to flourish, encouraging each other's personal and spiritual growth. A man respects a woman who stays true to herself, because it shows that she values her identity and refuses to settle for a love that weakens her. A woman who maintains her sense of self in love understands the importance of personal space, hobbies, and friendships outside of the relationship. She does not abandon her passions or isolate herself just to please her partner. She knows that maintaining her own happiness and fulfillment makes her a better partner because she is not relying solely on the relationship for emotional well-being. This creates a dynamic where love is given freely, not out of need, but out of genuine desire. Confidence in love comes from knowing that one's worth is not tied to another person. A woman who loves without losing herself is secure in who she is, whether she is in a relationship or not. She does not fear being alone because she knows that her value is not determined by her relationship status. This self-assurance makes her love even more powerful because it is not rooted in dependency but in choice. A man is naturally drawn to a woman who carries herself with this kind of confidence because it shows that her love is not driven by neediness but by strength. A balanced love also means being able to communicate personal needs and boundaries. A woman who stays true to herself in love is not afraid to express what she wants, how she feels, and what she expects in a relationship. She does not suppress her emotions for fear of losing someone. Instead, she values open and honest conversations, understanding that love should not require self-sacrifice in unhealthy ways. A man who truly loves and respects a woman will appreciate her honesty and reciprocate with the same level of openness and consideration. At its core, love should be a partnership where both individuals bring out the best in each other without losing their individuality. A woman who loves while maintaining her identity is someone who attracts a partner who values her for who she truly is, not just for what she can offer. She does not give up her dreams for love, but instead finds someone who supports them. In doing so, she experiences a love that is fulfilling, empowering, and truly worth holding on to. A strong and lasting relationship is built on partnership, not dependence. When two people come together in love, they should complement each other, not complete each other. A woman who understands this principle does not seek a man to rescue her, validate her, or provide her with an identity. Instead, she desires a relationship where both individuals bring value, purpose, and strength to the table. She is not looking for someone to carry her through life, but for someone to walk alongside her as they build something meaningful together. Dependence in a relationship creates imbalance. When one person relies too heavily on the other for emotional, financial, or personal stability, it can lead to resentment, pressure, and a loss of individuality. A woman who is dependent on a man for her happiness may begin to make compromises that weaken her sense of self. She may tolerate behavior she would otherwise reject, sacrifice her dreams, or shrink her voice to maintain the relationship. This is not love. It is a form of emotional attachment rooted in fear rather than mutual respect. A woman who values partnership over dependence understands that she is responsible for her own happiness and success. She does not expect her partner to be her sole source of fulfillment. Instead, she enters the relationship as a whole person, bringing her own dreams, ambitions, and strengths. She desires a man who respects her independence, supports her goals, and encourages her growth. In turn, she does the same for him. This creates a relationship where both individuals uplift and inspire each other rather than relying on one another for survival. Partnership means sharing responsibilities, making decisions together, and building a life that benefits both people. A woman with this mindset does not expect a man to provide everything while she remains passive. She contributes emotionally, intellectually, and practically, ensuring that the relationship remains balanced. She does not see herself as less than her partner, nor does she try to overpower him. Instead, she embraces the beauty of working together, recognizing that true love is about mutual support, not dependency. A man is naturally drawn to a woman who values partnership because he knows that she is with him out of choice, not necessity. He respects her independence, her drive, and her ability to stand on her own. She does not need him to feel complete, but she chooses to be with him because she sees value in their connection. This type of woman challenges him to grow, to be better, and to approach the relationship with responsibility and intention. Dependence often leads to insecurity, jealousy, and fear of loss, while partnership fosters trust, freedom, and mutual respect. A woman who embraces partnership does not feel threatened by her partner's success, nor does she try to control him. She understands that true love does not require possession, it requires trust and understanding. She supports his growth just as he supports hers, knowing that when both individuals thrive, the relationship thrives as well. A woman who seeks partnership rather than dependence also understands the importance of maintaining her own identity. She does not abandon her passions, friendships, or personal development for the sake of the relationship. She continues to invest in herself, knowing that a strong relationship is made up of two strong individuals. She values personal space, healthy boundaries, and open communication, ensuring that love remains a source of joy rather than restriction. Ultimately, a relationship built on partnership is one that stands the test of time. It is not based on fear, obligation, or dependency, but on a shared vision, mutual respect, and a commitment to growing together. A woman who embodies this principle attracts a man who sees her as an equal, a teammate, and a lifelong partner. Together they create a love that is fulfilling, empowering, and built to last. The standards a woman sets for herself shape the quality of her relationships. They determine how she is treated, what she accepts, and the type of people she attracts into her life. A woman who understands her worth does not lower her standards to accommodate someone unwilling to meet them. Instead, she holds firm to her values, knowing that the right relationship will align with her principles rather than challenge them. She recognizes that love should not require her to compromise her dignity, self-respect, or future. A woman with high standards does not settle for inconsistency, dishonesty, or disrespect. She knows that a relationship built on weak foundations will eventually crumble. She does not allow desperation, loneliness, or external pressure to dictate her choices. Instead, she remains patient, trusting that the right person will come into her life at the right time. A man who truly values a woman will rise to meet her standards, rather than expect her to lower them for his convenience. Standards shape relationships because they set the foundation for how love is given and received. When a woman sets clear expectations, she creates an environment where mutual respect can flourish. She does not tolerate emotional games, manipulation, or lack of effort. She communicates her needs with confidence, understanding that a relationship should be built on trust, consistency, and shared values. A man who genuinely cares for her will not feel burdened by these standards. Instead, he will embrace them because he recognizes her worth. A woman's standards also determine the type of commitment she receives. If she allows a man to treat her with indifference or minimal effort, he will have no reason to change. People will always give what is required of them, and if a woman accepts less than she deserves, she teaches others that it is acceptable to give her less. However, when she refuses to accept anything below her expectations, she attracts someone who is willing to step up and give their best. Having high standards does not mean being unrealistic or demanding perfection. It means knowing what is essential for a healthy and fulfilling relationship and refusing to compromise on those things. A woman with standards is not controlling. She simply refuses to participate in relationships that diminish her. She understands that love should bring peace, joy, and growth, not confusion, pain, and insecurity. A man respects a woman who stands firm in her values. He knows that she is not easily swayed by empty words or temporary emotions. She observes actions, not just promises. She does not rush into love without first understanding a man's character, intentions, and consistency. She is not afraid to walk away from situations that do not align with her values because she trusts that what she loses in the short term will never compare to what she gains in the long run. Standards also influence how a woman carries herself within a relationship. She does not beg for attention or validation because she knows that love should not feel like a battle for relevance. She does not tolerate mistreatment in the hopes that things will change. Instead, she sets boundaries that protect her emotional well-being and ensure that she is valued, honored, and appreciated. A relationship should be a space where both individuals feel safe, supported, and respected. Ultimately, the standards a woman upholds determine the quality of love she experiences. They shape the kind of man she attracts, the level of respect she receives, and the depth of connection she builds. A woman who refuses to settle for anything less than a relationship built on love, respect, and commitment will always find herself in a partnership that reflects her true worth. Attraction is more than just appearance or charm. It is deeply connected to purpose. A woman who knows her purpose carries a presence that draws people toward her. She is not merely looking for attention, approval, or validation. She is focused on fulfilling the reason she was created. This sense of direction and confidence makes her naturally magnetic. She does not chase love or relationships. Instead, she focuses on becoming the best version of herself, and in doing so, she attracts the right kind of people into her life. A woman who is walking in her purpose does not waste time on meaningless distractions. She is not consumed by fear of being alone or desperate for companionship because she understands that her life has value beyond her relationship status. Her fulfillment comes from the work she is doing, the impact she is making, and the growth she is experiencing. This deep sense of self-awareness makes her incredibly attractive because she is not defined by external factors but by her internal sense of direction. Men are naturally drawn to a woman who has vision and purpose. She exudes confidence, passion, and a sense of responsibility for her own life. She does not place the burden of her happiness on someone else, nor does she need a man to complete her. Instead, she seeks a partner who complements her, someone who can walk beside her as they build something meaningful together. A man respects a woman who knows where she is going because it shows that she is not looking for a relationship out of need, but out of choice. A woman with purpose does not tolerate relationships that hinder her growth. She understands that love should add to her life, not take away from it. She is careful about who she allows into her space because she knows that the wrong person can distract her from the mission she is pursuing. She does not settle for someone who lacks vision or direction because she understands that alignment in purpose is essential for a successful relationship. When a woman is clear about her purpose, she naturally attracts a man who is equally focused and intentional. There is something captivating about a person who is fully engaged in their calling. They have a different energy, a different mindset, and a different way of carrying themselves. A woman who knows her purpose walks with confidence because she is not lost or unsure about her direction in life. She does not waver in her decisions, and she does not allow temporary emotions to pull her away from her goals. This stability is attractive because it shows strength, resilience, and determination. A purposeful woman also understands that attraction is more than physical beauty. While appearance may draw initial interest, it is character, depth, and ambition that create lasting connections. She is not focused solely on external validation. Instead, she invests in her growth, her skills, and her contribution to the world. She becomes attractive not because she is trying to be, but because she is living authentically, with a clear sense of direction. Attraction that flows from purpose creates relationships that are built on more than just emotions. It brings together individuals who share a common vision, values, and goals. A woman who is walking in her purpose inspires others to do the same. She challenges a man to rise to his potential, to step into his own purpose, and to pursue a relationship that is about more than just surface-level connection. Ultimately, a woman who is aligned with her purpose does not have to seek love desperately. The right person will recognize her value and be drawn to the passion and direction she carries. True attraction is not about playing games or following trends. It is about living a life so full of meaning that it naturally pulls the right people toward you. A woman who is focused on fulfilling her purpose will always attract a man who is ready to walk with her in that journey.